Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of MarkRushtonGallery.com. It is Monday, May the 9th, 2022. So year's just speeding right on by. And what's this video called? Disco Pitching, Music Library Update, Art Gallery Ideas. I'm just going to spit this out real quick here because I got to get back to the day job. Got a lot going on today. It's hot. It is hot out there. It's kind of steamy, actually, which is weird because a week ago I was wearing my winter coat. And, well, that's Iowa for you. Anyway, what am I going to talk about today? Well, we always start talking here about. Oh, yeah. By the way, the T-shirt. Yeah, it's the vintage Cold War Motors T-shirt here. Now look at this here. Look at this here. Yeah, sick cars for a sick planet. I do believe this is. Is this the Kaiser or the Kaiser Fraser? He daily drive during the summer. He daily drives like a Kaiser. It's either a Kaiser or Kaiser Fraser. The Cold War motor. That's I think he's got about 50 or 60,000 followers. Now he's Canadian. I think he's around Edmonton. It's one of the way out excerpts or whatever. But great show. I've been watching it for like 5-6 years, something like that. Just all the old cars, right? And a lot of French stuff too, and poodles. And I don't know. I like watching that sort of stuff. I like watching car shows and things like that. Anyway, you didn't come here for that. You didn't come here to listen to me ramble here. You came here to, this is sort of my daily art talk, daily music talk, just sort of catching up, talking to the camera, because I'm here in the studio, in the office, not really able to talk to really others. It's not that easy during the day. Start off with the Instagram picture of the day here out of my Instagram at Mark Rushton. And of course, I'm doing a reel and a post every single morning when I wake up. So get up, grab the phone, and get to work, right? And so I've got, I got my I'm not going to play the music here, but it is Tamper Express, Hauntingly Beating Heart. And that color did not exactly turn out. The colors did not turn out exactly the way. I don't know what happened with those colors, but hey, it's kind of an interesting image there. So it's an acrylic paint and glue on canvas painting but those colors are not right. They are not even close, bud. I don't know what happened there. And then this one isn't even any better. What is it with these cameras here? That's not what the painting looks like. But if I made that painting, I would love that painting, right? The glue gives it that interesting effect there. They kind of slide when the paint's like super wet. You mix glue in there with it, or you probably could mix gesso in with it as well, or any sort of gel medium or whatever like that. But I got a painting downstairs called Earth and Layers. I don't even know what to say about this, but that's great. And not only do I do Instagram, but I also do TikTok. I'm on TikTok as I think Mark Rushton Gallery, and the link is in the description. I started doing YouTube Shorts, and that's a little bit of a joke, but you never know, right? Just kind of experiment and play around with it. It's always original content for each one. It may be similar to what I do with the other things, but I'm just trying everything just to kind of get the eyeballs, get the follows, build the audience over a period of time. And that's where I am right now, just mentally, just building that audience. It's not really about selling. It's not really about branding. I'm still working my way through doing these live art shows, getting used to that sort of thing, getting the live art shows, the live art talks, all that sort of stuff. Just getting into that process, getting into that routine. What's the other thing that I wanted to talk about here? Let's bring this up here on the page here, and kind of we'll just have this up here, right? So what's the other thing I'm going to be talking about here? Every Monday morning I do pitch to Disco's curated playlists, and that's one thing I've sort of evolved here over the last couple of months. I started pitching. I've pitched to Spotify for a few years. I've actually got one track into a Spotify curated playlist, and it's still in there, and it's still doing very, very nicely. I kind of wish I had a few more of them, but they are what they are, right? I write my pitches, I save my pitches. I pitch over at Amazon Music for Artists. Who knows what black hole that goes into, right? And just my attitude as far as recording artists, anytime you get a free pitch, take it, take the free pitch. And so that's what I do. That's what I do. So Disco is sort of a service out there that licensing agents and music supervisors supposedly use, industry people supposedly use. It's like a step up from Dropbox. It's sort of an alternative version of SoundCloud-ish. It does have some nice extra things on it, and I've not really I've mastered it to a certain degree. I've gotten to the point where I can go and pitch the curators, and I think I'm providing everything that they're looking for now, because they have like a criteria out there, and of course it's in bits and pieces absolutely everywhere. It's Disco. It's a very confusing application, but yeah, you've got like you build your track into a playlist. It's a 1-track playlist. You you got to correct the correct playlist link and then put that in there. And then the message field has to contain all this stuff. It has to be in a library. It has to have your ASCAP data. It has to have your email. When was the release date if it's a new release? All that sort of stuff. So I'm figuring that. I'm evolving it. I'm evolving that process. And it's just a matter of every single week, new track, get that out there. Whether it's a new track or whether it's an existing track, because you can pitch either one on a weekly basis. So I just do one, either a new one, and I don't think I'm going to have too many new ones here in the next few months here, just because I'm so busy with stuff. But that'll ramp up again down the road here. But so got that going. That's good. And just getting into that habit, getting into that process, not quitting. Because one thing that I do say from experience was that I got into, what did I get into? Pandora Radio I got into in 2008, and I pitched them, and the pitching process was ridiculous back then. And you had to have a CD, and it had to be for sale on Amazon, and you had to mail it to them. And then 6 months later, they either say yes or no, or who knows. And I can't even imagine that any of the people that were working there then are working there now. But it was just a long, laborious, ridiculous process. And then, of course, they never informed you of anything. And then after that, I pitched a few things to them, because I was only doing an album like every year or two, and they would get rejected. There would no explanation why. And then I kind of quit. I did a bunch of pitches to them, and I sort of quit pitching to them, because I was kind of like, what's the point? I'm constantly being rejected. And that's the wrong attitude. That's the wrong attitude about pitching. You should just keep hammering at it, and don't. I mean, there's some people that they want to compose to the pitch, and that to what they're pitching to, the idea and all that, and that's fine or whatever. But my attitude is just like, I'm gonna, you put me up to bat, and I will do my best. It is what it is. I cannot. There's no prediction, right? It's a chance, right? So there's that. Just you got to at least show up. That's my attitude now. So anytime you get those free pitches, you do them. The other thing here is, so that's pitching Disco curated playlists every Monday. Update on Pond 5. I got one that is in review. The others have issues. I got a ticket opened up. We'll see how long that takes. I'm in no hurry. That's fine. This stuff takes time. I'm new. They're busy. It was the weekend. Everybody just be patient. These things take time, and that's fine. I'm slow rolling it here. The other thing I did yesterday was that I applied to Motion Array, and uploaded 5 tracks into that. And that was a whole rigmarole, because most of my stuff is in 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. And I had to go and convert it over to 48 kilohertz. And do you want the MP3 in 48 kilohertz too? So I did that, and wrote up descriptions and all the keywords, and I put that in my Airtable database, and that was wonderful. And got all that sort of stuff uploaded and processed and understood their system and how they do things. And that's going to at least 2 weeks on that. And then that's, who knows what will happen there. But the thing about Motion Array is that I did spend some time listening to the ambient music that they had out there on Motion Array. And they had, what was it called? Staff. I think was it Pond 5? It was one of them had staff picks, right? So you listen to the music and you kind of get an idea of what's out there and then what they like. And I would think a staff pick would be what they like. And anyway, my stuff was in the ballpark, I thought, as far as the staff picks was concerned. The regular ambient was no, the regular ambient, like the latest ambient and all that sort of stuff. It was your typical, I've got this pad and I'm holding down some keys and that sort of thing. It's arranged and all that sort of stuff. Whereas my stuff's more, and that's fine, but my stuff's more free form and it's evolved over the last 20 years and it is what it is. But I can't remember whether it was one. I'm juggling so many chainsaws. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah. It was, I thought, I'm pretty sure it was Motion Array. And it was like, I was like, I feel confident going into submitting to them and going through that particular process. And if I get rejected, that's fine. That's fine. I'll try something else down the road, but or just keep at it, different tracks or whatever. But when you just kind of see where you sit with things and what, I mean, staff picks are like, this is what we like. This is the standard. This is the sort of thing that we're hoping to get, rather than the cookie cutter can be fine too. The cookie cutter stuff can be excellent as well too. So I'm not gonna be one of those people that disses that sort of stuff. It's that's for somebody else, right? That's my attitude. Have to be very, very cool about that sort of thing. Because I don't know, in the music business and art, everything is so subjective and there's so much context and everybody comes at it from a different angle. And for people to come along and, to say, oh, it should be like this or it should be like that or whatever. I don't know. I think there's a place at the table for absolutely everybody. The super niches, they may be sitting over there at the children's table or whatever, or the late overflow, standing at the bar or whatever. I don't know. But so that's going on, man. So because Pond 5, I've been accepted in there. And so once that sort of stuff gets processed, then I'm going to go and I'll do an Ambient Rushton podcast and we'll do the Linky and all that sort of stuff. One more thing, and this has gone on way too long because I could get back to the day job here, but Mark Rushton Gallery, I do the twice weekly live art show out on my site here. And let's just go out to the site here. And I call it the weekly sale. And you know what I'm thinking? I might, I think I'm going to keep calling it the weekly sale, but I think what is going to happen in here is that the deep discounts, I'm going to keep the deep discounts around there a little bit longer. And for the reasoning is that, why should I rotate this stuff out of here? I'll just keep adding stuff on top. And then once we get to like maybe, I don't know, 10 pieces or whatever like that, because I only got 2 in there, maybe I should have a few more pieces in there on super deep discount as I continue to add pieces to the gallery in general. So I add pieces to the gallery and then I've got other pieces in there. And that's sort of, I guess that would be sort of an experiment, like, well, this is a really nice 16 by 20, like Lowered Sky there. If I put it, now then that's normally $749.95 on deep discount for $199.95. And then the 15% off everything sale knocks it down to $169.95. Is there an interest for this sort of thing, even at the deep discount price, right? Why should I take that way after a week? Because I've seen my stats and I know what the traffic is on this particular page and my site in general. And, it is what it is. It keeps growing week after week, month after month. But I think just for purposes of new people showing up here. I think maybe the weekly sales should be a little deeper. And then that way, that gives me more things to show off during the show. Anyway, that's it. That's sort of just the checking in with Rushton. And Mark Rushton Gallery is the website. Lots of links in the description. And got to get back to the day job. It is, look, it's just the trees are still budding out. I mean, it's like, what, May 9th? Ridiculous. All right, I got to go. I'd love to talk to you guys all. I'd love to talk to the camera all day long, but I got to go here. Talk to you later. Have a good day, night, day, whatever.